All right, welcome back, everyone. Thank you for giving our first episode a chance. We saw the views, and it really means a lot that you guys put out, made time for your busy schedule and watched us. And we want to give like a quick shout out to my girlfriend. Thank you for watching it and having your family watch it too. That means a lot. Thank you for Isaiah's family for giving us a chance too. Not only him, but his parents and his uncles. Shout out to their Uncle David. Uh,
Get you on. We'll get you on.
yeah, we'll get you on. And just be patient. And then shout out from our mom's side of the family and even my dad's side. It really means a lot that you guys would show support. And according to our analytics, what's the word, Jacob? We're gone.
We're worldwide.
Yeah, we're worldwide because we got some viewers from around the world because it says 85% of our viewers are from the US, and that means the rest is from others. So wherever you're watching it, thank you. I don't know how you stumbled across this.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you to everyone that's watched it. Please like and subscribe and leave comments to stuff that you might be interested in seeing us do. And yeah, thanks again, guys. Thank you very much. So today we're going to do like this story time kind of episode where we talk about just like goofy stuff that's happened or just kind of like weird, semi-shocking stuff that has happened to Jacob and in my life. And Jacob has a good intro. So Jacob, can you tell us what the first story is?
So we have a cousin of ours, and he's not the smallest person. But I'm not saying that he's fat. He's a bulky kid. He's a bulky guy. And if you know our family, there's about 2 babies every year. Well, he wanted to pretend that he fell on the baby after he was holding it. So it was one of the funniest times ever because I was in on the joke. So I wasn't like completely shocked of what happened. I was just laughing at the reactions. So he comes in with this baby.
And as you can tell, there's a little like what's on top of its head, Jacob?
It's just like a little hat.
And yeah,
Hat.
a baby hat that my tita knits because when she knits hats for babies, she uses this as a model.
Yeah.
And then, so what did he do, Jacob?
So he's carrying it like this just to make it seem like it's an actual baby, but he holds it in a towel or a blanket, I think. And he's walking in and he's like, dude, so check this out. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to wrap it up in the blanket and I'm going to fall on it. So like my whole entire body just lands on it and we're like, okay, like what a nice surprise for the elderly family members that we have. So that continued to go on and boom, right in front of everybody. He's like, oh, here comes the baby. Falls, lands on it. I kid you not.
He goes, oh,
At
no.
least 4 or 5 of my elderly tias are, they're freaking out. They thought the baby just got flattened by my lineman-sized cousin. And he gets up and he picks it up, of course, like this. See, it's just a baby. Just like,
Just
oh,
a baby
come on.
doll.
And, I mean, he got lampooned by each and every aunt. Why would you ever do that? You don't prank us like that. You could have given your grandmother a heart attack. You could have given me a heart attack.
And then there's
Wow.
Jacob and I like,
Well, we're just flipping out, and we're just like, oh my god, how did we not think of this? So, yeah, big shout out to our cousin who dropped the baby.
yeah, that was just a weird, funny story. And there's, and not just with him, we have lots of stories with our cousins. Like, there seems to be like this reoccurring coincidence that happens with our like family events. What like, and by that I mean there's always something that breaks, and there's like a bunch of chairs that break. So Jacob, how does this happen?
So we're not using the, now we do have the foldable chairs and whatnot. Those are a little bit harder to break because they're metal. But before that, we used plastic chairs, like the traditional like party rental 50, like you rent 50 of them. And I don't know how to tell you, but it broke each and every time. Oh, it was always a different cousin. Not one cousin broke it constantly. It was always a different cousin. I'd break one before our party because I'm leaning on it. But musical chairs in my family is like
It's very
blood
cutthroat.
sport.
Very
It's blood sport.
Uh-huh.
It's like if you lose, you're like shamed. It's like, oh, you have like dishonored the family. Like What?
Yeah, everyone plays that game a little bit way too seriously. Luckily, Jacob and I, at least we think, we're always like, we get competitive, but when we lose, we're like, okay, fine. Other family members just kind of get like super into it, and that's what, if they lose, then they're like upset for like the rest of the afternoon. We're like, okay, relax. And it gets so competitive that people start like moving chairs away from the side. And there's been more than a few instances when the music stops, when they sat down, the chair just collapses underneath them, and they sit down hard. They just kind of throw their bodies
But
into
they don't
it.
sit down straight. They don't sit down like that. They run into it, and then it's either the arm that breaks or just the bottom of it
Straight
that
up
breaks, or
the
even
legs.
So it's a cutthroat game, really, whenever we play. And I like to say that I don't take it competitively, but I'm going to be completely honest. I'll take it competitively, and if I lose, it depends on the mood I'm in to be, if I'm going to be, like, upset, like if I got robbed out of it, or if I got beaten fairly, I think I'll take it. I think I'll take it like a man, almost.
Yeah, that's just like a common thing that happens with every party. You can say it's not a party until like all the chairs are broken and you have to stand the whole day. We have this other story that I think is super funny. I don't know if you guys can tell this, but I'm very brown and or I should say I'm much darker than Jacob over here. When making the babies, my mom hit shuffle on us, so I don't know if you can tell. Jacob is super tall and skinny, straight hair, white with freckles, and then I'm short, stocky, brown, long, wavy hair. Yeah, it's just people.
They just hit random.
Yeah, it's just pretty funny. So there's this one instance where I would be out and about, and people would be like, "Oh, like ¿cómo estás?" And they would just ask me like, "Oh, how am I doing?" or just basic like Spanish stuff, and I'll answer to the best of my ability. Even though I'm not the best at speaking Spanish, I can say like a few words to get the message across.
You can hold a minor conversation.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But there has been this one instance where this lady was asking me, and I think I was either working or I was just somehow like outside in like this grocery outlet place, where basically I was just walking, and the lady's like, ¿Dónde está la? And she was like,
So she's struggling.
yeah, she was like,
Spanish.
yeah, she's struggling, and she goes, do you speak English? And I was like, ma'am, my name's Justin with a Y. Of course I speak English. It's like, that's probably like the whitest way to spell it, but I love that way how it's spelled. But I was like, ma'am, I speak English perfectly. I speak English better than Spanish. Oh, well, I didn't know. I'm like, well, that's on you. It's like, well, do you know where it's at? I'm like, no. And I was like, really?
Oh,
like,
you let her on.
I was like, come on. Like, I know I looked very, I guess, Mexican, but I don't know. I feel like that's kind of like a racial thing going on. But I thought it was super funny just because this lady was struggling, and I'm just like, sorry.
She gave up midway.
Yeah, she gave up.
Give in. She was like, "Oh, she like was trying to speak Spanish and she just could not the whole time, and then she gave in. So yeah, shame on you, woman.
But it led to a funny moment, and I held no like grudges, so it's all good. And that's not the first time that somebody has done that to me, or even thought of me differently. There's been this one instance where I was doing yard work for the house that we live in, and I'm just doing stuff in the front yard, and these, I believe they're Jehovah's Witnesses, they're coming over, and they say, oh, are you working here, or is this your house? And I was like, really? Okay. I was like, that's strike one, lady. And goes, oh, I live here. Okay. May I speak to the person who like owns the place? I was like, oh, sorry, they're not here. Okay. And then I was like, oh, do you have a moment to talk about God and all that? And I was just super focused on making sure the front yard was clean. I was like, no, thank you. Like, we're good. And she's like, okay, I'm gonna leave this pamphlet on your door. And Jacob, during this whole ordeal, is looking through the people in the front door, just kind of watching, like, what are they doing?
Because she's loud. She's, like, being super loud, and I'm looking right through the people of the front door, so I'm, like, waiting to strike. And I hear her, oh, let me put this on your front door handle. So I'm waiting for her, and she's about to put it down. I swing open the door,
and he scares her.
And she's like, "Oh, you scared me!" And then she asks Justin,
"Oh yeah,
the dumbest question in all of human history."
I thought this was dumber than the lady thinking I only speak Spanish. So Jacob opens the door, she screams, and then she asks me, "Oh, is he your son?" I'm like, "How? What? Like, how does he look like my son?"
We have a 3.5-year difference.
Yeah,
There's
and I've been told that Jacob looks older than me, and so I'm just like, all right, that's strike 2, lady, on the dumb list. I'm like, one more, and then I'm gonna have to be like, all right, can you leave? And I'm just like, oh my god, this lady's for real. And I'm like, no, he's my brother. And she goes, oh, okay, and it's just.
I contemplated like speaking Spanish, like who is this woman, saying something like that, just to like pretend that like maybe we're not the owners of this house, maybe we're actually working or just pulling her leg.
Yeah, when that happened, I was like, what the heck is going on? We were just trying to like clean the like front yard, and all this like weird stuff was going on. But that's not like the first time we had like an incident happen with our house. I would say the biggest and I wouldn't say the scariest, but the most like frustrating and funniest incident that happened was our neighbors were moving, and they were cleaning out their stuff, and I guess they had mice, and one of the mice wandered into our house, and
there was a lot of mice that came out of that house. Our house was very dirty, and so I think a total of 3 mice came to our house, and we got all of them, of course.
Yeah, our house is mice free.
Yeah, so we just to clarify, so I got one. Well, I didn't technically get one. My dad set it up, and we got one with the mouse trap in our laundry room. And then my dad caught one in our spare room in the back. And there was one in the kitchen that my grandma happened to stumble upon. And my grandma is terrified of rodents. Any kind of rodents. If they're like in see-through glass, if they're on the other side, no. There's no chance that she goes in.
If she hears it or even sees it, she'll panic. And I've never seen her run. I've seen her like walk very fast when she gets excited for stuff, but when she saw the mouse, she like booked it to her room, jumped on her bed, and she's just kind of like panicking. We're like, oh man, poor grandma.
I guess, well, because she was the one that stumbled upon it, because she's walking around in her Crocs, and she goes into the pantry, and she said that she stepped on something, but she doesn't pick up her feet when she walks, so I think she just might have rolled it.
Yeah.
She said it was black and it moved, and
so she told her mom about it.
And we doubted my grandma for a while. We were like, maybe she was a lizard, because she is very dramatic. But we wanted to say that she was overly dramatic for a while, but when we found out it was a mouse, me and Justin were outside, and my mom's like, I gotta clean the pantry, just make sure that it's not in there. We walk back in. My mom's holding a broom like this.
Yeah, she's like, she barricaded like the door with her body. She's like, it's a mouse. I'm like, okay. Well, I have gloves, latex gloves. Let's cover ourselves up. Let's put shoes on, because my mom likes to wear chanclas all the time, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, Mom, we gotta put on some protective gear for our shoes. So I went and got her that stuff. Got gloves. Went in the pantry. I'm like, all right, Mom, like it's somewhere, it's in the corner, so let's use what we have to kind of like barricade it from going further into the pantry, from escaping. So we have it cornered and everything, and so it's me and my mom inside the pantry, and I told Jacob to be on the outside of the door, just in case if the mouse goes underneath it, Jacob can kind of like use a towel to push it and cover the bottom of the little entrance that it has on the floor. And we can just kind of keep it within the pantry. And what our plan was, we were going to use the dustpan and broom to kind of scoop it in there. And then I thought we were going to like throw it away, but my mom wanted to like throw it over the fence, or could just properly. We didn't want to kill it because, I wanted to, but my mom was like no. So we were going to kind of basically like relocate it. So my mom and I were ready. We told Jacob, when we say open the door because we have the mouse. And so we start moving the stuff, and the mouse starts like booking it for the door. Luckily, Jacob pushes it back inside. We're like, okay, cool. We have it in our sights. My mom picks it up with the dustpan, and I'm like, Jacob, open the door. And he goes, why? He asks why. He had one
I
job.
thought they got it. I just wanted to know if they got it.
No, but he didn't. We got the mouse. We're like, open the door now. Why? I was like, just do it. And then he was like, and he like hesitated. And then the mouse fell out of the dustpan, and my mom and I, of course, jumped and started like panicking a little bit. And I was like, we told Jacob to move away from the door. My mom picks it up. She runs outside and throws it over. And I'm like, are you freaking serious, Jacob? Why didn't you open the door? He goes, oh, well, I didn't know. I was like, you had one job. We told you.
I wanted confirmation that they got it, and I didn't get that, so I didn't open up the door.
No, and my mom was like, are you freaking serious?
Yeah, she got mad.
Yeah, but after we just got rid of the rat, we cleaned like so much of the pantry. It was spotless. I mean,
Pretty much sterilized
Yeah.
like, our entire house after that.
yeah, we had to mop and do everything, and luckily that has been the most times we ever had like a rodent in the house, because my parents are very good on buying like those devices that you plug into the wall, makes like a high frequency sound or pitch, and like it just scares off like rodents. So we've been pretty good with that, but we still have like lizards around, so we try to be extra safe with that sort of deal. So yeah, that was like a big day for us, and then we told our dad, and he goes, "Oh my gosh," and but yeah, that was quite an adventure.
So our last story of the day happens to have our beautiful grandmother. So in her older age, she is not having the greatest time with her hair. She wishes that it was thicker.
She reminisces on the times where her hair was much fuller. She still has very nice hair. She curls it and it looks very nice. I always call her like Queen Elizabeth because she dresses like her, and she just like she looks very proper, and that's just how she is. She just looks the part. And
but she's found jealousy in Justin's wavy hair, and she will always come up right behind him, and she's always like grabbing it and just like, why can't I have this kind of hair? And
yeah,
she offered Justin something, and I'm gonna let Justin explain what it was, because this is the dumbest thing to us. To her it might not be so far-fetched, but to us this is nothing what Justin would ever do in his life.
Yeah, this is sort of like a generational like gap thing where well, the main reason I used to have like short to medium hair, but I grew out my hair because I was curious on how long I could deal with it, and I was also my girlfriend recommended it because she wanted to see it, and I was like, oh, of course, like I'm pretty down to do whatever she like asked me to do. And so I grew out my hair. It starts to like be wavy. I got out of the shower recently, so it may not be as wavy, but as it dries, it gets pretty intense. And so I'll be like making myself food, and I'll just be kind of doing my thing. And she comes up behind me, and she like starts like petting it and feeling it, and she goes, oh, she just compliments it, and she'll go, oh, do you want to go to TJ to go get a perm? And I'm like, yuck. Like in my head I'm like, no, like I will never do anything to my hair, because I don't know if you guys know, I hate putting product in my hair. I just wash it, let it dry, and that's it. And just the thought of a perm alone just kind of like,
you need to do anything to your hair. Like you've never really needed to do anything with like the hairstyle that you have, even with like the long hair that you have right now.
Yeah, I like this hairstyle because I don't do anything to it. I just kind of brush it and that's it. But when she says it, I'm like, oh, I hate like perms. Like I wouldn't get it because I just don't like how it feels, and it just makes me like, I don't know, just tense up. And she's like, oh, you should get a perm. And I'm like, no gracias. And she's like, oh, but your Theo got it. I'm like, oh, that's cool for him, but I don't want it. And she was like, no, we can do that. Let's go. I'm like, I was like, Grandma, you can't drive. Like, who's gonna take me?
The voice of reason, being my mom, comes in. Stop telling him to do this. He doesn't want it. Stop encouraging him for something he don't want.
Yeah, I think our Tito was like, if I say it enough, maybe he'll do it. And I'm just, that's where I draw the line. I'm like, if it comes to my hair, I don't do anything to it besides cut it, wash it, and brush it. That's it. And that's all you really need.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. It just grosses me out.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's been kind of like the short little story time that we have. Let us know if you guys found this like interesting, or if you have a story that we somehow shared, I'll definitely bring it up, or even with Jacob, the stories you've shared with Jacob, we'll definitely talk about it and just kind of share it with everyone. Because who knows, maybe you guys experienced this too, or maybe you just found this funny and entertaining. We're definitely down to do this more. And
so we're going to segue into our next segment.
Exactly.
It's going to be the last one of the day. So we got a lot of great and positive comments about the tier list from a bunch of people. So we're going to do another tier list. And this one is retail stores. Now, we looked over this retail store list, and there's like 3 stores that we have either never heard of or we've never been to. So if we have never been to it, please don't get offended by our opinion by this. This is just based on personal experience. If you guys have had better experiences at these stores, let us know in the comments, and maybe we'll think about going there. So Justin's going to get into it right now. We're big on shopping, so I'll give you that. So we have a lot of input for a lot of different stores. So are we good?
yeah, it looks like we're good.
All right, perfect.
All right, so just like how it was last time, S is for the all-time best, the most reliable, the best prices, the best quality, and everything. A is almost there. It's usually good. There's been like a few times where it's just kind of like, okay, it wasn't as great as I thought. For majority of the time, it was good. B, it's like, oh yeah, I can go to that store. I can get a few things from there. C is like, oh, it's an okay store. I wouldn't mind going there if I really need to. D is like I only ever got like one decent thing out of it, and the rest of the times it's been pretty trash. We have this new category called Never Heard Of, because self-explanatory, we just never heard of or even been to it. And then we've got the worst of the worst, F, where we been there and it was just a bad experience overall. And the first store we have is 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven is very good. It's a very good, just quick and easy spot to get some food and whatnot.
I don't think I've ever spent any time longer than 5 minutes in a 7-Eleven.
No, I don't think so.
It's very quick, very cheap stuff. You get the occasional weirdos begging for money, or just splurting out the most randomest stuff. It's definitely wouldn't be the safest place to be at after hours, but if you're just getting there to get a quick snack or Slurpee, then it's a pretty good place. How would you rate it, Jacob?
I think I can comfortably put it in the S tier,
S,
personally.
S tier? I think like B. Do you want to go middle and put it in A?
Yeah, I can do that, yeah. I'm just saying because of the food and just everything that comes from it.
Next up, we have Winko's. Winko's Food.
Oh, you know, they opened up a new one not too long ago, and it has been easily the best store.
Yeah, I think you and I can both agree on that it's an S tier.
S tier.
Because we used to get wings from different locations, and we noticed that they have wings, and they are very delicious. They have their own cool little like section of alcohol for us older people. I don't really drink. I like to get gifts for my dad. So it's just an overall very well put together place with good prices.
Yeah.
And up next is Radio Shack.
Do they still have them around?
To be honest, I don't even know. I can't remember if I think I went in there once, and I was little, and I just didn't get anything.
I remember having to get a calculator there, but we couldn't find one, so I think I just used someone else's. But from what I can remember is that it was a pretty cool tech store, but I don't think I can rate it because I just don't know too much about Radio Shack. It's a millennial thing.
Yeah. I would say just because that we haven't we don't have memories about it. We're just gonna put never heard of or been to.
Yeah.
Just because we don't remember it. And then up next we have Michael's.
Oh, Michael's is kind of an odd place.
Is that a food place or a craft store?
It's a craft store.
Okay.
No, it's a pretty decent craft store. I wouldn't say it's anything close to like Hobby Lobby or anything, because Hobby Lobby is like top tier. This one's it's good. I can safely put it in the B tier. It's nowhere to take someone to have fun. You can get like some stuff there, but It's a B tier at best right now for me personally.
Yeah, well, obviously I didn't know what it was for a while, but I think I've been to one before and just didn't notice it was a Michaels. So yeah, I agree with you. Next we have American Eagle. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, American Eagle. I don't shop there. I don't really care for their clothing and their products, but
I think I've owned 1 or 2 flannels from them before. I've never bought it from there. I'm just gonna put it at that. I've been given those flannels from American Eagle, but it's surprisingly good quality. So,
would you feel comfortable in giving it a C?
I can give it a B.
A B? Okay.
Yeah. But that's just because I've never been there, and I don't know how like customer service is and whatnot.
Up next we have Vans. I would say I personally love Vans.
Vans is easily like the best shoes that we own.
I love their shirts. I love their shoes. Their socks are cool. And I would say the majority of the times that we've been there, we have very good service. And I would say like a lot of the time, like almost every time we go there, we find a shoe and it's not like on the racks, and they always go out in like the back of like wherever their store is, and they always find it for us. So it feels good that they would put in that effort and do that.
Yeah.
How would you rate it, Jacob?
I think I can put it in S.
I totally agree. And then,
It's trendy.
I think we're a little bit biased on this one because we have Ross, Dress for Less.
Oh my god. Okay, so Ross is not the cleanest store, and it's not gonna give you the award for best children in the store. There's constantly kids beating each other up,
Yeah.
or throwing stuff, or just yelling. But the clothes that I found there is awesome. I don't think I've ever been anywhere else to find like great discounted clothes on Stance socks. On
Oh yeah, Stance socks are like the best finds there.
yeah, or like on shoes, or even just like t-shirts and like denim jackets sometimes. Like you can find some really cool stuff there. So we're going to be completely biased and put it in S tier. Maybe you guys have had horrible Ross experiences, but it also depends on the Ross. Sometimes we come out empty-handed, but sometimes we come out with a full cart.
Yeah, we just love Ross because of the experience. Just experience alone is an S tier. Next we have Guitar Center. We have Isaiah. Unfortunately, he is not here, but he's still with us in our hearts. I mean, he's not gone. He's just out with his family quarantining. So
He works at Guitar Center.
yeah, he
so
worked there before, and just because of that bias, we love it. I've shopped there. I've got my drum set there, and we've gotten several instruments and all the important equipment that goes with it. So I would say
And we're all musicians to an extent.
Yeah.
So it's like
the only
love
problem
it.
the
We
only
love it.
problem with Guitar Center is you usually find the people to try out their instruments, and they're not very coordinated or educated on how to play it. So you have people that just kind of do whatever, which is fine because they're trying to get the feel of it. But then there's those kids that the parents drop off and let loose, and they're just playing the drums and just being absolutely loud.
Yeah.
I would give it an S, but more often than not, I see kids just be annoying and kind of like abuse the instruments. So because of that, I personally giving it an A. I don't know about
I
you.
think I can go A as well.
Yeah, but we love going there. Next up is Albertsons.
There's an Albertsons really close by our place, so I've never had a bad experience at Albertsons personally. It's not our go-to grocery store, but it's like if we forget something for the party, we get like ice there, or we get something there. It's really reliable, I would say. So I think I can comfortably put it in A tier.
Yeah, it's a very well-rounded store. Up next is Amazon.
Oh my god, I don't think you can put it anywhere else other than S.
Yeah,
Amazon has been like
that's
the
what's
best
saving
thing
a
that
lot
has
of people
happened.
right
Yeah.
now.
It's just like there's everything on there. And I know some people can complain about Prime right now during this pandemic of how it's not coming right when you expect it and everything, and just like shipping has been a little bit of a hassle. I can comfortably say that even before it and even during it, I've gotten packages the next day, and it's very nice. It's a very cool thing that has happened.
Yes, S tier is perfect. Now we have AM/PM.
I don't know too much about AM/PM. I've been there maybe twice, and I mean, they're good. I know it's a pretty just it's a bland spot for snacks and whatnot. It's a gas station store, so it's not gonna be luxurious.
I would give it a B. It's not as nice as 7-Eleven since they have rewards, but it's still pretty good. Right now we are crossing the 30-minute mark, so yeah, and we still got a little bit of the tier list to go. So let's like bust through these. Next is the Apple Store. What do you think of the Apple Store?
I can give it an A or B tier, just because you only go in there if you're just looking at stuff or you're actually gonna buy something. There's never a time where you like think about going in there and then like back out of it. No, you're either in there to like mess around with the phones, or you're in there to mess around with the gaming, or just to buy something. So I think I can comfortably put it in A or B.
I'll give it a B just because it is very expensive, but the products are very good, and the service is very well too. Yeah. Very, very good. Now we have Ashley's Home Store.
I've never been.
Yeah, I've never been there, so that's obviously an obvious. Mattress Firm.
I've never been either. They've got a good amphitheater out in San Diego, or in Chula Vista, I mean, so other than that, that's all I can say.
Yeah, I've been in there once, and it seems to be fine, but I honestly have no idea how to like shop for mattresses. At least not yet. Banana Republic.
I've never been, nor heard of like most of it.
I don't know what it is. Ooh, Barnes and Noble. Barnes Noble.
So, we went there for like the first time in like 5 or 6 years, and I forgot how beautiful it was in there. It was just like, you got like the CD and music area. It's just awesome. And then the books, of course, if you're like bookworms. We try to say that we're bookworms, but we maybe read like 1 or 2 books like a year by choice. Comics, that's a top-notch place to get the major comics. So I think I can put it in A tier.
Yeah, I totally agree. And even their music selection is very good.
Yeah.
Best Buy. How do you feel about Best Buy?
I don't know. Best Buy is, I think I can put it in B tier personally.
I agree.
The technology prices are huge, or not huge, you can't have huge prices, I guess, but like it's just like high prices, but you always get the loud kids crying at like the Xbox aisle, just like flipping out that they couldn't finish.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's our local Best Buy or if that's Best Buys in general, but there's always a kid crying.
Yeah.
But most of the stuff is pretty nice. Big Lots. I haven't been there in a while, but
it was fine. I think I can put it in B tier. My mom loves it. She'll put it in S tier any day. But like, it's like another grocery store that has a little bit more.
Yeah, I put it in B tier. Next we have Blockbuster, and
oh, God rest the soul of Blockbuster.
Yeah.
One remaining in like, where is it, Oregon or something?
I think it's like in Oregon, but yeah, it's Blockbuster. My parents really liked it. When it was going out of business, Jacob was able to get like few video games or movies there, and it seemed like a pretty well-rounded place. Unfortunately, it didn't last, but
I could put it in B tier.
B tier, I can see that. How do you feel about Pier 1 Imports?
It's just like a knick-knack store. Just like, I've heard, like, some people say it's overpriced knickknacks, but I've never really like been in there enough to like judge it for myself. So I think I can either put it in C tier.
Yeah, I think C, because it's all right. It's not that bad of a store. I see why people go, but it's not for me.
A lot of them are closing down, so like, no wonder.
And then I can already tell where Jacob's gonna put this one. Gucci. I'm not a very flashy person. I like stuff that's comfortable. I like stuff that just.
I like to say that I'm flashy, but I own one Supreme hat, so I'll just put it at that. But Gucci.
I understand why people like it.
Overpriced, but for a good reason. All of it. I can put it in the A tier. A tier for style, but if there was a price range, it'd be an F tier personally for me. But I'm gonna put it in A tier personally for me and Justin.
I'll be nice and let you do that. Burlington. Oh.
Okay. So
Jacob got his
quick story time. I got my butt whooped in there because I didn't get a wrestler action figure.
How old were you?
I was like 4 or like 5, and I never threw tantrums, and all of a sudden I just did it. My dad said like He wanted to like kill me because I was so loud.
Yeah, Jacob misbehaved so bad in that store.
It was the only time too, because Justin and Julian were like straight like butt heads the whole time. I was never, and I guess just something snapped. But I think the last time I went there, it was pretty good. They cleaned it up, so I think I can put it in B tier.
Yeah, B tier sounds good. What do you think about Bed Bath and Beyond? I think it's like an okay place.
Sure.
I've seen some good stuff, so but I don't go there enough.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm just gonna give it a C tier.
Yeah.
Up next we have CVS Pharmacy.
We got a local one. I can put it in A tier.
A tier, I totally agree because it just has all the convenient stuff you need because it's walking distance from our house, luckily.
And it's a pharmacy, so ba-boom, you're good.
Yeah, luckily you can just walk to it, or just it has everything you need practically. Dick's Sporting Goods. I'm not a sports fanatic, but I have purchased a few things there for my brothers. But and it seems pretty good. A little bit pricey, but very fast on shipping.
Oh yeah, a little bit more expensive, but it's great quality sports equipment for baseball, basketball, football. So I could put it in A tier.
Yeah.
Personally for me.
Yeah, just for shipping alone, I thought it was very nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm biased towards this one. Dollar Tree.
Oh.
I'm gonna just give this a straight S, just because it's not obviously the
best.
best.
Like one bad experience there, but that's because like the Gatorade that I tried to buy was like disgusting. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Yeah, foods and drinks are always an iffy, but it's $1. What can you expect?
Yeah. But you can put in an S tier. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I totally love Dollar Tree. Oh, now we got Spencer's.
Please do not go in the back of Spencer's. We've never like chosen to go in the back of Spencer's, but we've looked at some of the shirts there. It's okay. I can comfortably put it in C tier. I've never bought anything from there.
Back when I was in those cringy middle school days, I bought like a couple T-shirts there from my favorite bands, and it was pretty good. Quality, decent price. Yeah, it was just overall very good. Next is Nordstrom.
Oh, Nordstrom's pretty like high end actually. From like the last time I checked, I could put it in B tier. Just like I've gotten some pretty good clothes there.
Same.
But it is pricey.
And then Costco. Definitely S. Sorry.
Tier.
Yeah,
It's very
S.
good. Buy stuff in bulk. I know a bunch of people will be like, oh, I only go there for the free samples, which I could say I do go there for free samples. But S tier, great quality, food, everything is perfect from that place. So I can comfortably say that it's S tier.
Yes. What about Ace? I've never been there.
I've never been there either.
Yeah, so sorry.
I heard it's a good hardware store though.
Home Depot. Oh, I love Home Depot.
Home Depot's cool. I think I can comfortably give it an A tier just because it's quality tools and everything. So why not?
And of course, another place I'm biased at, Target. I think it's just an S.
Spot. Yeah.
It's like clean Walmart.
Yeah.
And then Forever 21. I've gotten some stuff there. I've got a Selena shirt for Jacob. That atmosphere there is kind of just like weird. I always walk in and be like, okay, like what am I getting again? But that's just on me. I would give it an A.
I've never really been anywhere or been in there, so I can say yeah.
Macy's.
I
think it's okay.
It's okay. I think I can give it B or C. A lot of them are closing down, unfortunately. So
I'd give it a C.
Okay.
How do you feel about GameStop?
GameStop is good. I think I can put it in A tier just because I've
I
bought
agree.
so many video games there, but the trade-in prices are kind of stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've gotten a new game and then I got another one for Christmas. Returned it. It was like $60 worth. I got like $20 back. So they really gouge you out.
All right. Now we have The Gap.
I don't go there. We haven't gotten stuff from there since we were like 4 or 5.
Yeah. Oh, and of course, like we said, we're very biased. Goodwill is just a straight up S
I don't
tier.
need to say anything about thrifting. Is the most slept on thing that anyone has ever like done. Do it. Go thrifting. You will find anything you need, from shoes to decorations to CDs to just stupid things that you'd never think that you'd ever see.
On Isaiah's behalf, he's found guitar amps, not just one. He's found 2. He had I can't even talk. He has used it to buy furniture for his house, It has supported his family. It has let us find some very good stuff. I know a lot of people don't like thrifting, but it's very fun, very cool, and it's totally worth it.
Highly encouraged.
S tier.
Yeah.
And then here comes Hobby Lobby, like we earlier.
I can put it in A tier. Just we're not really crafty people.
Yeah, yeah. Just nothing else to say about that. Hobby Lobby's pretty good. IKEA.
I've only been there like twice.
I don't remember anything about it.
Okay, then we can just put it in. Don't really know too much about it.
Staples.
It's a lot of overpriced stuff, but if you go there and get your school supplies there, you're top-notch student. So I think I can put it in like B tier.
Yeah, I agree. I can't even read. J.C. Penney's. Okay, that was like, that's what that is?
I've never been to J.C. Penney's.
I went there once, and I thought it was
Well,
okay.
I shouldn't say that. I've been.
I'm sure our parents took us there more than a few times, but yeah.
Never really shopped there.
Yeah, so I would just put J.C. Penney's and I guess never heard of, never been to. Even though we've been there, it's just we don't have enough memory for it.
Yeah.
Journey.
They've got some pretty interesting shoes there, but I've never.
I feel like Rob Dyrdek lives there.
I can put it in I've never really been too much.
I would give it a C.
Okay.
Just because I think some of the stuff is cool, but it's just not for me.
They sell Doc Martens, so that's a place where I need to go.
Kmart.
I haven't been there in forever.
I remember.
B tier.
Yeah, it's a straight up B tier. It's good. It's not the best, but it's definitely better than okay.
Kmart.
Kohl's.
Kohl's cash cards, dude. I don't know, man. My aunt likes going there, but it's a good spot for clothes. I guess A tier.
Yeah, I would give it an A.
Just because they have like good Vans clothes and whatnot.
Lids.
Oh, that's A tier for me.
Jacob loves baseball hats. He just loves hats in general. Sure. I totally agree. They got a cool selection. Yeah, it's straight up A tier.
A tier right there.
Payless.
Oh,
I never liked going there as a kid. I know I'm a little biased. My mom took us there, and I was just so over it.
I think we can put it in C.
Yeah.
You know what? D.
Okay, D.
To be mean.
Lowe's. I think it's okay.
Dad hates Lowe's for some reason.
I think it's okay. I heard they have churros there for some reason.
That's a lie. I don't know. It doesn't sound right.
So what do you feel like, C or D?
D.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, Lowe's.
El Walmart.
That's like B tier.
Yeah.
Because we go there for shopping, and we can't say that we've never had bad experiences there. The thing is, there's some really crazy people there all the time, but B tier. That's all I can say.
Yeah, agree. Nike store. I've never been there.
Nike store is really expensive, but that's of course it's like Nike equipment. So I think I can put it in A tier for like how good a lot of the quality is.
A tier, okay. I'll trust you on that. Sports Authority.
A tier.
A tier.
A little bit less than Dick's Sporting Goods, but I'd say it's on the same.
I have no idea what this one is. I don't know. It just says CDE. So I'm gonna just.
Yeah.
They should have cropped the picture better. So if you guys know what it is, leave it out in the comments, and then we'll fix it on like Instagram or something. So sorry, just didn't do a good job. Ooh, Old Navy. I love Old Navy.
Good spot.
It's
I'd say S tier.
S tier. I agree. It just has a bunch of nice stuff there, and very good on Black Fridays.
Yes.
O'Reilly's Auto Parts.
Never been.
I've been there once because I had to get something for my car. They were very helpful. The dude had Cheeto fingers though, and so it was kind of nasty. I will give it just a B, just because they did their job. They were polite. It just weren't exactly the cleanest. Party City.
It's like B tier. I'd say it's only like you only need to go there for like parties and stuff.
Yeah, and the prices are okay. Some of it's more expensive. Some of it has some cheap stuff. Oh, I think we might agree on this one. Hopefully, Rite Aid. Rite Aid is amazing.
Awesome.
Because they have Thrifty's ice cream.
Stuff in there. S tier.
Yeah, straight up S tier. Then now we have Safeway.
I've never heard of it.
Never heard of it either. Fred Meyer's.
I've never heard of that one.
Never heard of that one. Sears.
Oh, poor
Never.
Sears.
Just kidding.
It's going out of it. I'd put it in C. I've never like the clothes there is okay. Other than that, yeah, just that.
Yeah, TJ Maxx.
It's good. Probably B tier.
B tier. Okay. Let's see. We also have Toys R Us. We never got
Poor
stuff.
Toys R Us. It's like gone. I'd probably put it in B tier. It was always expensive, but it was always fun to go to.
Yeah, it was always a nice time to be there.
Did it die?
No, the camera just kind of turned off. But look, we're not perfect, but we adapt.
Yeah.
Trader Joe's, Instant S,
S.
quality food, very good, and it's just nice to be at.
Yeah.
This was very much a store of my youth. Hot Topic.
Ooh.
Hot Topic has some cool. You have a thing called the Hall of Fame, and that has the classic like rock shirts. So that stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
But as far as I've shopped there, I haven't shopped there in a while though. And, I'm gonna give it a B.
Okay. You can do that.
Verizon, all these like phone provider stores.
A tier, because we've had we're AT&T, so
Yeah, it has Verizon, AT&T, all those different phone providers. I'll just put an A just because we always get something out of it. Value Village.
I've
never heard of it. I mean, I heard of it, but I've never been there, never seen it. No.
I've never heard of it.
Walgreens.
It's okay. I mean, I've only been there like once ever, so probably C.
Yeah, it's a decent, solid place. And last but not least, Whole Foods.
Oh, that's like A tier. My mom.
Very
mom
good
would say
food.
S tier, but
Almost Trader Joe's worthy, but Whole Foods is
it's great.
yeah, it's just all around very good.
So that's it.
Yeah, that is our list.
So thank you very much for watching. We'll definitely keep in mind of what you guys want us to do. Let us know in the comments, because that'll be something that we will definitely and always read. Thank you for showing support, and thank you for giving us the chance to do this.
Yes, please like and subscribe to our podcast. We're going to be putting out more content, hopefully every Friday. If not, just bear with us. We're still new. We're still uploading it the best way we know how. And yeah, thank you again for giving us the chance. And stay safe, everybody. And yeah, thank you, guys.